him, okay? I never liked him, all right? I never was a fan of this guy. And for this story to come out, it's like one of those things. Have you ever, like, never really met somebody and you're like, there's just something about them that's just not sitting right? Like, you don't want to say you don't like them because it's like, I don't want to not like them for no reason. So it's like, it's just something about them. And here we are, 20 years later, this man's stealing from the pool.
Yeah, I ain't never been a fan either. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not saying it just because of controversy. I was just like, he's a person. He exists. It is what it is.
I'm indifferent because I'm just like tired of Packers fans always going back and like, oh yeah, we won the first 2 Super Bowls. Okay.
So what? It's easy to win the first 2.
Wasn't no competition back then.
I was probably the biggest Brett Favre fan, man. Like, literally, that was literally one of my favorite players to watch growing up as a QB. When I was little, I played for the Packers, Town and Country Packers, of course, not Green Bay. I wanted to be Brett Favre through and through until Steve McNair came around. And I was like, all right, who is Brett Favre? But Brett Favre was literally my second favorite QB all the way through, until he said a couple things in these last 4 years that he probably should have kept to himself. A couple closed-minded things, let's say that. A couple things that he should have kept to himself that came off as bigoted and things like that. Now, on that note, imagine, let's just say you have, let's say Warren Moon, black QB. Everybody know Warren Moon, right? Let's just say Warren Moon starts his career off with a drug and alcohol issue. Then he gets traded to another team and then, has a decent career. He has similar career to Brett Favre, interceptions, all of that. And then mid-2000s, he has an issue where he's sending unsolicited sausage pics to an employee with the team he's with. Then he's, very he's very blessed when it comes to getting funds from the state of Mississippi to buy his daughter's team's volleyball facility. State funds, the poorest state there is. Would Warren Moon get off easy like that?
Hell no.
No.
He would have been done at the drug issue.
He
would have been done at the drug issue.
At the drug issue, you're absolutely right.
That's like
Brett Favre had a drug issue.
Remember, Brett Favre got drafted by the Falcons. He had a drug and alcohol issue. He them painkillers. He was popping them like Skittles, drugs and alcohol, and then that's why he got sent to the Packers. Well, that's part of the reason why he got sent to the Packers.
Oh, that's how they throwing on staples.
He was clean. We don't know, but he was clean. Then he got in trouble.
Was drunk throwing the ball.
Yeah, he couldn't feel that. He couldn't feel that pain in his shoulders.
With the painkiller too? Oh, baby.
Oh, he out there flying.
Then he was with the chick with the Jets. She was like, "Oh, Brett Favre been sending meat pics. To me." It's like, I mean, what wrong can he do? None. Now it's this.
None. That's what's crazy.
And in between that,
exactly why there's no coverage going on.
None.
Exactly. Even ESPN haven't been able to fire him yet. I heard conflicting arguments as to why. Some is like they want to make sure that they're not liable to get any lawsuits from firing him afterwards, just in case nothing happens to him again. So I get it. They're kind of protecting themselves. Yeah, as a corporation, you can go off and say you're fired. But ESPN is owned by Disney, people. So if anybody going to protect their money first.
I forgot that.
I did too.
If anybody going to protect their money first, Disney going to protect their funds.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
I think he might be suspended at the moment. But I can read from this article. Here we go. This is from Front Office Sports. ESPN Milwaukee has paused, not fired, not got rid of, paused Brett Favre's weekly radio appearances amid the swirling Mississippi welfare fund scandal. A spokesperson for the station ownership group told Front Office Sports on Friday, Good Karma Brands, which owns ESPN Milwaukee's WKTI-FM and ESPN radio stations in Denver, Los Angeles, Chicago, and other markets, becomes the first media outlet to sideline the former Green Bay Packers great since scrutiny intensified in recent weeks over Favre's ties to receiving funds earmarked for needy families in Mississippi. The spokesperson of Good Karma Brands did not cite the reason for keeping Favre off the air. Favre still remains on ESPN Milwaukee's website, which lists his last appearance as of 12th of September. As far as the other guy, the John Davis guy that recently got charged here, it says, on Thursday, John Davis, the former director of Mississippi Department of Human Services, pleaded guilty to 20 federal and state charges related to his role in the scheme. About $77 million of temporary assistance for needy families funds were allegedly misspent in Mississippi from the federal program. Much of the money was diverted to pet projects, including $5 million at Favre's urging to build a volleyball complex at the University of Southern Mississippi, where his daughter played the sports. So he got $5 million for that. Then he got some money to speak in some engagements that he never spoke at. And Brett wasn't the only one involved in any of this that got any of that $77 million. No. We got some. We got some greats up in this thing that got a little bit of change too now. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man.
Oh!
Whoa.
Look at you.
$5 million, according to the New York Times. A lawsuit filed by the state in May, around $5 million was diverted to Ted DiBiase, a flamboyant retired wrestler once known as the $1 Million Man, and two of his sons, as well as various entities connected to them, including a ministry. Now, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, y'all remember when Cody was on WWE back when he first came out, he was in the tag team, the Legacy tag team with Ted DiBiase Jr. That's one of the sons, I do believe. And he does have a ministry where he does like, I know he did have this thing where they, like a boys ranch or something like that. So maybe that's one of them. It doesn't exactly say. Just on that alone,
like
you guys?
A ranch, like one of them kind of ranches.
I do believe they run some kind of ranch or camp or something like that.
Sounds vaguely familiar. Like,
remember
Exactly.
WWE did a profile on him after he left wrestling and why he didn't come back and where was he now type of thing. It's on their website somewhere. But there's more here, by the way. Much of the money
there's more.
Yeah, always more. Much of the money went to fictitious services, bogus jobs, first-class travel arrangements, and even one son's stay at a luxury rehab center in Malibu, California. That cost $160,000, the lawsuit claims.
And all of those funds came from the money that was supposed to help the poor.
Yep. Oh, we're going to get into that shit in a minute. Because there's more to it.
Oh, my God.
But wait.
And it's the poorest state in the country.
It's the poorest state in the country.
$77 million was misaligned. Wait, there's more. Similarly to the state claims that Marcus Dupree, a former high school football phenom and professional running back, who was paid to act as a celebrity endorser and motivational speaker, did not perform any contractual services towards the $371,000 he received to purchase and live in a sprawling residence with a swimming pool and an adjacent house pasture in a gated community.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe
to the BK Spadez Show, where society meets pop culture. I am your host, the BK Spadez, here with my very lovely co-host,
Novacaine, baby.
Alright, Spadez gang, thanks for tuning in.